Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how to survive longer in Warzone. Instead of giving tip by tip by tip, what I'm going to do is just kind of talk through this video as it plays and explain to you what's going on. What I can tell you about how to survive longer is improving a skill that everybody can improve, and you can do it in relatively short order, and that is working on game sense. And what I mean by game sense is being aware of all of the things around you and what's going on in the game in order to turn things to your advantage. So a real quick example of that's going to come up right here at the very beginning. As I'm looting, I notice that somebody next to me activates a recon. This guy has no game sense, no gun skill there for me whatsoever. I was just paying attention, that's it. Now I know this other guy is doing this recon over here, so I slide in on him and shoot him up, no problems. That is not gun skill, that is game sense. Here I'm running for a recon and it goes away. Somebody picked it up, so I know there's somebody in this area, so I'm going to start hunting them. What I also know is that the second portion of the recon mission is going to be close by. Where'd this dude go? So all I have to do is just not lose sight of him, pay attention to where he goes, and then I can hunt him down while he's waiting for his mission to finish. None of this has to do with gun skill, twitch reflexes, anything like that. It's just taking advantage of situations in the game that are in my favor. Where the hell is that thing? Oh, it's on this side. He didn't stand a chance. Most people that play this way, the average what you'll hear from all the big streamers is about 6 to 7 kills a game. Here's another situational awareness issue. I heard him, he didn't hear me. Thought I heard somebody. He's standing right in front of the window. No gun skill there. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Look, watch how poor my movement is. I get stuck in the window. I'm not the best player, but I can win, especially if I pay attention to what's going on around me, and I leverage advantages in my favor. I don't put myself into situations that are going to compromise me, and so that tips the tables into my favor, and with that little bit of advantage, I can win most of my gunfights. Now I picked up a contract, and here you can see I am reloading my ammo, and the reason I'm reloading my ammo is because it's here. I know it's in the building and I'm taking advantage of it. You could actually see me go back for that. Now I'm trying to find where this guy is. I keep going to the minimap and repositioning my mark because I can identify closer to where he is if I put it in the center of the mark. As you can see, he's looking for me, and I happen to be the better shot. I've done a lot of shooting with this HDR. It drives tacks at a distance, so I know I can hit just about anything I put my crosshairs on. And here I just continue to peel armor. Right there I went for a cheap wall pop, hoping he was right behind the wall and I could get through. Didn't work. So right now I'm thinking this is taking too long. This engagement is taking too long. We've made a lot of noise. I'm going to check one more time, hope for a lucky shot. But now it's time for me to get out because it's just not going to happen. And hopefully somebody third parties him and I get the bounty. But if not, I'm not going to spend too much more time trying to fight this guy because we've made way too much noise. And here comes my mistake. And it's a fatal mistake. I know that guy's down there somewhere, and there he is. And now my poor shot gets me killed. And as you can see, I'm not the world's best Gulag player, but I managed to win. Okay, where did I die? Now, I know my loadout's down there on the ground somewhere, because I just died in this area, so I'm going back for it. But I'm not going to dive immediately on it because I don't know if my sniper buddy that killed me is still hanging around. So I'm going to try and bait out a couple shots from people. You'll see me just kind of hover, waiting to see if somebody's going to shoot at me. Nobody does. Doesn't seem like anybody's paying attention. And all of my stuff's there. So I pick up all my stuff. Even my cash is there. Obviously, all he wanted to do was eliminate me as a threat. So he didn't even push in my direction. And look, a cluster strike. So I'm going to use that to my advantage and just try and suppress whatever's up there, if there's anybody up there, just to make my move. Spend that cash. In solos, I don't buy self-revives very often, maybe at the end of a game occasionally, but 9 times out of 10 somebody's going to thirst you, so it's just wasted money. So I buy UAVs so that I can mark people on the map and try and establish better positioning. Here I'm trying to hunt that red dot. I can't find him. Somebody cashed my bounty for me. That's pretty cool. I can't find this guy. And now I'm going to work on rotating the storm the entire rest of the game. Rotation is another skill that you can learn. And what I mean by rotation is not cutting directly into the circle. Now you can see my loadouts there, and I know in this game there's people that love to babysit loadouts. So I'm watching my left to see if anybody's pushing it. And now I'm going to see if anybody's babysitting. And looky there. This is pretty cool. Watch him roll down the hill. I thought that was pretty cool. So now I'm still gatekeeping the storm. There's a little distance between me and it, but I'm not going to push directly to my loadout yet. Now here's where game sense comes in. Look at this guy down there. Watch the door close. It's open. Now it's closed. This will play key in the next couple of seconds here because I didn't notice that initially in the game. And it almost cost me the game. So here I go back to gatekeep the storm. And I'm going to go back and forth along the edge of the storm, up and down this hill, keeping this hill for myself. Now, he called in an airstrike, trying to figure out where I am and to cover that loadout. And I know the airstrike comes from behind you when you call it in. That's why I'm confused, because I keep looking into the storm trying to find him when he was actually inside that little building that I highlighted earlier. So right now I'm just going to unload a mag in him, reload and switch positions. And he's more pressured by the storm than I am. I've got position. That's not anything to do with gun skill. Here's where gatekeeping pays off. This guy's not paying attention at all. How he didn't hear my gunfight, I'll never know. And I wish I could get my finishing moves to work, but for some reason, all it ever does is melee. One more time to make sure I have Ghost, even though I know I need it and haven't had it up to this point. Remember what I told you about this HDR? It drives tax. There was a gunfight that just ended down there, and I just ended that dude. Now, a lot of pro players and streamers will say that this type of play is boring. For me, it's not. There's a lot of pressure here trying to keep this storm edge. And keep these little guys like this guy off me. There's no skill there. That's just positioning and maintaining my back to the storm. Notice I still haven't cut in. I'm still working rotation. This entire game I'm able to maintain high ground, and it plays to my advantage. Once again, marking my threats. Why he doesn't have Ghost this late in the game is baffling to me. Your late game loadout should be Ghost, always. Take advantage of what's in the game. So how do you do that? You do that by running contracts early in the game, specifically scavenger contracts, because they don't give away your position like recon. The only time I really focus on recon anymore is when I'm trying to establish where the circle's going to be if I made a poor choice on my initial landing and I know the storm's going to push in towards me and I don't know where it's going to go. Other than that, I focus on scavengers because they give money faster and they don't give away my position on the map. I got 2 free kills, actually 3 free kills in this game, based on somebody's mistake of going with recons. Now I know there's 2 down here, because I'm on the hill. There's no place else for them to be. And there's one of them. Oh, see? No skill. Nope. Should have aimed a little better there. And I'm going to check my wall one more time, the storm wall. Never giving up the high ground. Man, this little guy just won't die. So at some point they have a gunfight down there. And it switches from 3 people left to 2 people left. And I'm still just gatekeeping this wall. I know they're both down there, so I don't have to worry too much about the high ground now because I'm holding it. Anyone can learn how to do this. It's far easier to learn how to do this than it is to get better at your shots. With flick movements and 360 snipes and all of that garbage that you see and you try to emulate, this is how you can win games if you're not as good as all of those guys. Missed my shot. I still have high ground and positioning. He has to worry about me and the storm. Look at how poor my shot is. Reload, go back because I didn't finish him. He's stuck in the storm. There you go, boys. And that's how you survive longer in Warzone. By smart positioning, good game sense, and spending your money wisely. I appreciate you stopping by and watching the video. Thank you for your time. I also just wanted to say thanks to a couple of guys that's been showing up on stream pretty regular. Leighton, I appreciate you hanging out. Potato Man, hey, from you last night, I thank you for coming by. Leon, thanks again. There's 2 or 3 guys that have just been coming by regularly, and I just wanted to say thanks, and I appreciate you.